감사합니다. Hi everyone, Margarita here, and this is our 5th episode of the Margarita Mondays series where we take anything from K-dramas to K-pop and K-culture, K-food, K-anything, and we use it to help us learn Korean in a more fun and interactive way. I don't know about you guys, but I've always loved back to school season, which is starting right about now. I loved preparing for school, getting new stationeries and notebooks, and just organizing everything in such a nice way and just hoping that the upcoming year is going to be so much better than the year before. And even though I'm not in school anymore, watching the newly released School 2017 K-drama just brought back all these high school memories, and I began yearning for the back to school season once again. So I thought, why not take a dialogue from this new drama and use it to help us learn Korean while we still can and the school has not absorbed our minds and our bodies and everything. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the dialogue that happens around the beginning of the second episode where the main two leads are escaping school and they're just so tired of it all and they're sitting on this high hill overlooking Seoul. So here comes the dialogue, purely in Korean. Do see how much you can understand because later on we're going to go through all of it together anyways. 그가 너가 뭐라고 교실까지 들어왔냐? 꿈이니까 꿈. 요즘 또 이런 게 있네. 촌스럽게. 촌스러워도 나한테 전부거든. 그거 없이 답답해 죽었을걸. 큰일이다 아주. 그래도 고맙다. 뭐가 어쨌든 지금은 좋겠다. Alright, so that was the dialogue. Hopefully you were able to understand some of it. And now, let's go through it all. First line, 그가 너트가 뭐라고 교실까지 들어왔냐? 그가 means that, 노트 means notebook. And it's kind of this Konglish word because notebook has the word note in it, so Koreans just kind of took it and then Koreanized it, and there you go. We have 노트. 가 is just the 이가 topic marking particle, so we understand that the notebook, this notebook, is the topic of the sentence. 뭐라고, 뭐 is what, 라고 is this particle that shows that something has been said, so what does this notebook say? Kind of, like what is written in this notebook? 교실까지 들어왔냐? 교실 is a classroom, but I think here he means more like the office of the teachers. 교실까지, 까지 means until. 들어왔냐 comes from 들어오다, which is a compound verb, and it means to come in or enter. And we have this 냐 ending here, which is very casual, very impolite. It is something you use with friends when you've kind of established the boundaries that yeah, you're casual, you don't need to have the formalities in your language between each other, so yes. 교실까지 들어왔냐? You had to go into the classroom. But like, you had to resort to going to the classroom, if that makes sense. 까지 is kind of like going until a certain point. So basically what he's asking, what was in that notebook that made you go into the teacher's office or the classroom? And the girl simply answers, 꿈이니까. 꿈 is a dream. And then whenever you add 이니까 to something, it gives it a meaning of because. So 꿈이니까 basically means because it's a dream. And then the guy repeats, 꿈, dream, 요즘도 그런 게 있네. 요즘 means nowadays. 요즘도 kind of means lately, as of these days. 그런 게 means something like that. And then 있네 comes from the verb 있다, which means to be, and then when we add 네 to a verb, it kind of gives this meaning of like, oh, like this must be how things are nowadays, you know? It's hard to explain it in English. He's basically mocking her a little bit, saying like, oh, so things like dreams still exist nowadays? And then he finishes off by saying 촌스럽게. 촌스럽다 means to be tacky or unsophisticated and kind of childish in a way as well. Whenever we add 게 to the stem of verbs or adjectives, because as we all know, verbs and adjectives in Korean have very similar qualities. But yeah, 촌스럽게, 촌스럽다, we take away the da, add 게, and we turn it into an adverb. Because it'll be something like, oh, things like this still exist nowadays, unsophisticatedly. But that's not what he's trying to say. He's basically trying to say, oh, how tacky or like how childish. But I'm just letting you know that whenever you add 게 to a verb or an adjective, you turn it into an adverb. So you kind of add li to it in English. And then the girl fires back saying, 촌스러워도 나한테 전부거든. 촌스러워도, the verb, 촌스럽다 that we've already encountered. But then it's conjugated in the simple present tense, 촌스러워, and then we add 도 to it, which means even though. 촌스러워도 means even though it is tacky, so she's kind of agreeing, yes, it's childish. 나한테, 나 is I, 한테 is to someone, so 나한테 is to me. 전부거든. 전부 is everything. 거든 is a pretty advanced grammatical point in Korean, so those of you who don't know it, it's okay. It basically means because sometimes it can have other meanings, but in this sentence, this girl is saying, yes, it is tacky, yes, it may be childish, but to me, it is everything. You really need to look out for context whenever you're trying to translate Korean. Don't try to translate it word by word, it's not gonna work. She continues saying, 그거 없이 답답해 죽었을걸. Alright, 그거 comprises of 그, that, 거 comes from thing, 것, 없이. 그거 없이 means without it, without that thing. 없이 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not be, to not exist, or to not have. 답답해. 답답하다 means frustrating. 답답해 is just a present tense conjugation of the verb, or wait, adjective. 죽었을걸 comes from the verb 죽다, which means to die. 죽었을, 죽었다 is the past tense conjugation of that verb. And then we have 을걸. This last word 걸 is actually a combination, it's a merging of 것을. So 죽었을 것을, but 죽었을걸 means I would have died. And I'm just gonna say that this is direct modifying in future tense, but with a past tense adjective. If you do want to know more about it, I will probably make a video about it on my YouTube channel in the weekly Korean segment, so do check it out. All the links are in the description here. So 답답해 죽었을걸 means I would have died from frustration. And then the guy's just like, 큰일이다 아주. 큰일이다 in Korean means a big problem. 큰 means big. 일 in Korean is actually work, but it could kind of mean a problem. So 큰일이다, 이다 is just to be. 큰일이다 means there's a big problem. And then 아주 is just like really big problem. And then the girl just finishes off by saying 그래도 고맙다. 그래도 means anyway. 고맙다, thank you. It's one of the ways to say thank you in Korean. 뭐가 어쨌든 지금은 좋다. 뭐 means what. 뭐가 is just what with the 이가 topic marking particle. 어쨌든 means whatever. 뭐가 어쨌든 whatever the situation may be, whatever it is. 지금은 지금 right now 은 is the subject marking particle. 좋다. Everything's good. And she's obviously saying this because, you know, she's sitting together with this guy and she's feeling like he can understand her. They have something in common and yeah, things may be rough at the moment, but she feels like everything will be fine. So this is the end of the dialogue. I personally thought it was really interesting and cute and just there's so many emotions in there that I felt it was a memorable moment in the drama. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. If you have any recommendations for other things I should do on Margarita Mondays, do let me know. I'll really appreciate your input. And with that said, I hope this was a great way to start off your week. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you all in the next episode of the Margarita Mondays. Bye!